Okay, so once again, good evening, everyone. How was your week?
Brother,
Couldn't hear
Full
you.
of exams.
Full of exams. Okay, that doesn't sound like.
brother, it is final exams for Telangan.
Okay, so it's going on now.
It's brother.
Yes.
Okay,
We'll end on 19th.
19th. Okay, so will it cover next Friday also?
Yes.
Yes, brother.
Okay, so if many are having exams, then we can like postpone the class. Like if many of you are having exams, you can just send a message in the group, and then we'll see what we can do about that. But yeah, anyway, you guys have a lot of dedication, so good job. Yeah. All right. As you know, last class mostly it was introduction and a bit of recap. So this class also will be like recap 2.0. Like we continue what we left last class. So yeah, after that we'll learn something new. It's called file handling. All right. So we'll learn something new. But before that, we'll just go through uh, functions and dictionaries as a recap. The last class Tejasvi took a class about functions, but she wasn't able to take it properly because of internet issues. But yeah, she did make a video. In that video, she stated most of the built-in functions in Python, right? So yeah, for those who don't know, there are two types of functions. One is built-in functions that is already inside Python, and other one is user-defined functions. So these are the functions that we create. So she didn't discuss about user-defined functions. So would anybody like to take a small recap session about functions? I mean, at least what you understood from it. Those who know. Functions or dictionary, any one of it, you can explain.
Brother, can I?
Yeah, sure.
So, functions are there are two types in functions, as Kenneth's brother told. One are built-in functions which are already inside Python and we can use them while coding. And one are user-defined functions where we write it in a code and it helps us write less number of lines of code and we can call out the function whenever we are in need.
Okay. Thank you, Javi. Anyone wants to explain about dictionaries?
Can I, brother?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Like dictionary is a collection of that stores data as key values. So it stores data as key values. Like you can access dictionaries, update, and also remove it, like the values.
Okay. Thank you, Unnati. Yeah. Uh, so would anyone like to like present an example for both of those? Aaron, would you like to show few examples in functions and dictionaries?
Currently, my collab and nothing is working due to network issues.
Okay, network issues. Okay. What about Hitesh?
Sorry, with the last 2 to 3 classes, I did not attend the class because of my examination. So I didn't. No.
Okay, no problem. What about Shruti K?
Like
Sorry, I can't hear you.
I don't have a laptop to do it.
Okay, you don't have a laptop. Okay. What about Leo? Is that possible?
Brother, I did not attend the last class.
Okay, you did not attend class. Well, all for
I went to school, brother.
event to. Well, okay.
Graduation day.
Okay. No worries. Yeah. But from next time onwards, you must be attending carefully. All right.
Okay,
Yeah.
brother. I will.
Yeah. Hitesh, I haven't seen you in a few classes, but you said you had exams, so no problem with that. Even Aaron, I didn't see you for a few classes. Uh, may I know the reason?
Brother, 1 week I went for church and last week I was traveling to village.
1 week you went for church. Okay, one whole week. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Uh, so yeah, that means I have to show the examples. Don't worry, but right now, everyone who has a laptop, do you have Visual Studio Code installed in it?
Yes.
Yes, brother.
Okay, very good. Uh, I want everyone's answer.
Brother.
No, brother.
Yes,
Yeah,
brother. Sir.
yeah, okay. So Hitesh, only Hitesh doesn't have it. What about Dhruti? Dhruti, okay, she's not responding. Manvij, do you have Visual Studio Code?
Brother, it's like my laptop is not allowing to download itself, brother. Saying
Okay.
it is virus like that.
Oh, it is virus. Yeah, no, yeah. Are you
I,
sure you downloaded from the right website?
yeah, I search visual code, click the first
Okay,
link. It's
okay,
not
okay.
allowing.
Yeah, then it might be showing randomly, so you can just click install anywhere. But yeah, we'll address that a bit later. What about Unnati?
Yes, brother. I have.
Okay. Cool. So for okay, most of you have it. Only Hitesh and Dhruti.
Is my brother?
Yes.
Yeah, even I don't have that studio.
Okay,
That app.
you don't have Visual Studio too.
Yeah.
Uh, you haven't installed it yet, right?
No, I didn't install. It's not getting the same thing.
Okay. In that case, I'll just start with a quick guide on how to install it once again. So this is really important, all right? That's right. I mean, we all have been working in collab for the past many classes, but I think it's important if we switch to Visual Studio Code because it is much more efficient. Yeah, I hope you can see my screen. Yeah, all right. So you can type oops, Visual Studio Code. Just type VS Code and in any of your browsers, in Chrome, in Opera, or any browsers. The first link, most of you know this, and download for Windows. Most of you would have already done it. And once you do it, you have to go to your files. In the downloads, you will have VS Code setup somewhere. Oh, yeah, so over here. Just click it and you'll get a wizard. So I already have it, so it's not opening right now. So if you do that, it most probably will work. Else, there is another option. You can go to Microsoft Store, this one, Microsoft Store, and then even there, if you type Visual Studio Code, so you can see we have this, the blue one, all right. So if you just click install, it will instantly do it, and you can just open it directly. So you don't have to go through the wizard and all. So you can try this one. Right now itself, you can try. All right. Because in this class, we'll be working in Visual Studio Code. Yeah. So if you set up your Visual Studio Code, this is how you will be seeing the screen. Yeah. For those who haven't set it up, first, what you do is that you click on Open Folder, and in your file
Brother,
manager, yes, Charlie,
I cannot see your screen.
we cannot see it. Okay, I didn't share that screen.
Okay.
Yeah, just a second. Share screen. Okay, now you should be able to see it. Yeah. So yeah, if you open Visual Studio Code, this will be the screen you'll be met with. For those who haven't set it up, I'll just go through quickly. You go to Open Folder. In File, you go to Open Folder, and in your file manager, you can create any file. So I have created this file. So you should open that file through this. And once you open that file, everything that you created inside that file will appear here. And also, it's important that you add one of the extensions. So if you go to this part here, you can click on Python. I mean, you can type Python. If you wait for a while, you'll get the Python extension. Yeah, the main one. Only Python is there, right? You go there and you install it. Afterwards, it will come over here. In the install, you can see I have Python. So once you do that, then you're all set for uh, coding Python. Yeah. Okay. So for the example part, uh, let me see. Okay, Aaron, am I?
Yes, yes, brother.
Okay, can you give me a small, quick example? I'll just type it out for functions.
Functions.
Functions. Yes, go ahead. Uh, I'm not able to hear you, Aaron.
Brother, I forgot.
Okay, you forgot. It's been
Yes.
only like
Can
3 weeks,
I
right? Yes, shall we? Yeah, sure.
define
Okay, define,
greet
greet,
in the brackets parenthesis parameter name.
name.
Then after the brackets colon.
Okay,
Next line return.
return,
Then in double quotes hello
hello,
plus
plus
greet and in the brackets name. Name.
greet, and in brackets, name.
Yes, brother.
Okay, so for
In the
those
below.
who, still it's there.
No, brother. Still print
Okay, print. Is it inside the function or outside?
outside,
Okay,
brackets, greet, in the brackets, WeJump with double quotes.
okay, is that it?
Yes, brother.
Yeah, okay. So how do you run a function or any code in Python? In the top right, you can see this plus button. If you click on that, it'll appear over here. As you can see, well, I can't see because okay, yeah. Well, a bit of problems, but yeah, don't worry. I mean, you call the function inside the function itself. So, I'd say do this. Yeah, this should work. Yeah, hello, we can. Yeah. Uh, so yeah, for those who haven't learned about functions and those who forgot about functions, you can see this a very small but good function here. So yeah, thank you, Javi. And so as you can see, function is a block of code, all right? So what is a block of code? So those who don't know, a block of code, I said it last class, right? So in if whatever you give the indentation, that is a block of code. That is a section. All right. So this is a section. I'm just like grouping this. Now there's only one line. If there are many like lines, I can group them if they're doing the same job. Yeah. So you might have learned this in science also. I mean, how uh, if you learned in biology, you must have learned in biology, right? So how the same cells working for one uh, specific work is called a tissue, all right? Or maybe it may be tissue which makes an organ, yeah, something like that. So in the same way, multiple code working for the same thing, that is called a function. So yeah, thank you, Chavi, for the example. I'll give you one more very simple example. So how do you create a function? You use diff. That just is a short form for define. All right. It just in full form is define. Short form I'm using diff. So you are defining a function. First, you give the function name, any name of the function. So I can, yeah, I'll just type function name. Yeah. So you open the brackets. So inside the brackets, you give something called parameters. All right. So what are parameters? So it is just a name. So you're passing down, you're giving a space for some kind of value. All right. So here, let me say something like name. All right. So it is like a variable for the function. So I can use this variable like print name, or I can say what is that? Name plus say hello, something like I can work with this name. So this name is a variable. So where will this uh, value will be given? For now, it is empty. So name is just a variable here. Parameters is like similar to a variable, but a variable to a function, all right? So even right now, it won't print name itself. I mean, here it will print name. So here it won't print name. It will print whatever I give here. All right. So it's a variable. So when do I give a variable? When calling a function. So once I finish a function, as you can see, once I finish the function, I get out of the indentation. So there is no more indentation here. So now how do I call it? So how do you call a person? You call it by the name, right? So how do I call this function? I call it by the name. So what is the name of it? Function name. That is the name I have given. And you give the brackets. So there is a variable here, right? In here you give the value. So let's say for name I give man with. So this is the value I'm giving here for this variable. So once you run it, it will see, as you can see, it is printing the name. So in the names place, I given one with. So it will work there. So if I print this part also, I'll print this part. And now if you run it, it will say man with, comma, hello. So as you can see, wherever there is name there and all, it has given man with. So that is the basic way of how a function works. So in Charlie's example, you might have seen return. So return is a bit more like the next level of this. So we will go through that on the, I mean, when we are learning. For now, I don't think that's that needed right now. So for now, let this be this much itself. So yeah, is it clear for everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
cool.
brother.
Okay, good. So make sure to not keep this in mind every time because functions is really important. All right. So the next thing is dictionaries. So what are dictionaries? So for those who haven't heard about dictionaries, so Vivian,
Yes,
what is a dictionary? I mean, not in Python, generally.
dictionary. A dictionary is a book or a, or a, oh yeah, dictionary is a book with many meanings, meaning of words according to alphabets.
Exactly, you're right. So you will see uh, inside the dictionary, you will see meanings of lot of words according to the alphabetic order. All right. So how is the meaning shown in the dictionary? Can you explain it
Uh,
clearly?
like like when we open a page with a particular word like R, and
Mhm.
the first word after R is A, it shows all the words which starts with R and A, like rare or rebellion or like that. The next after RA, it becomes RB. If there is no RB, then RC, RD, like that.
Yes, exactly. That was the order of how you see the words in the dictionaries. That is good. But how will they show the meanings? So if I say I want to know the meaning of let's say rare, RARE. So how will it show it there
Hmm.
in the dictionary?
Like the meaning of adjectives.
Yeah, right. It shows something like uh, not common or something like this, right? You see something like this, an extra adjectives
Yes.
and so on. Yeah. So yeah, thank you, Vivian. So the main thing I was going here is that as you can see, there is a word in the structure of dictionary is that there will be a word, and for that word, it will be given a meaning. So in the similar way, in this dictionary, in Python dictionary, the same thing goes. This one is the key, this one is the value. All right. The same way, this one is the word, this one is the meaning. In Python dictionaries, we see that this is the key and this is the value. So it can go for anything. Like if I say name and it's Ruti. So this one is the key and this one is the value. All right. So how do I let Python know that something is a dictionary? So the way I do it is that for lists, you know that we will use square brackets. For triples, we will use round brackets. So for dictionaries, we will use the third type of brackets called curly brackets. You might know this, right? Flower brackets, curly brackets. There are many names for it. So yeah, so a dictionary is defined using flower brackets. So I can give key and a value and comma. another, so on. T2 and value 2. I can give it so on. So let me say the name. So I want to create some kind of registry. So name is equal to, let's say, Hitesh. Uh, which class are you in, Hitesh?
Brother 10 star.
10th, okay, class 10. And in maths, let's say it's a marks. So in maths, Hitesh got 100% or 101. Yeah. So this is how you write, let's say, a registry. So you can, where do you see these things? So you will see the login pages, right? So in the same way, you can create a login ID. So my login ID would be something like, what is that? First, you'll give the name or the my ID. So ID is, let's say, I'll give my name, Kenneth. And also, what will you give? You'll give password, right? So password. So imagine my password was, wait, just a second. Yeah. Imagine my password was, uh, I like potatoes. Or something like this. So this is how you save something. I mean, it's in a basic way. So that's how it works, all right? So this is the basic way of how you can, let's say, yeah, create dictionaries. So yeah, so that was a quick recap. I hope that's clear for everyone. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Yes, brother.
Brother.
Yes.
Yes, brother.
Okay, good. Now, okay, we have someone else. Who is that Vivo V2339? May I know your name, please? The one who joined right now, recently, at least.
Brother, it's me, Aaron.
Aaron, okay. Okay. So you can change your
Brother,
name.
okay, brother.
Yeah, it looks confusing. That's why I have to know who is in the class. Yeah. All right. Now we'll go to something important. All right. So we are going to learn something new now. That is file handling. All right. So everyone knows if I create a variable. So let's say I have to do the same login ID or something like that. So I have to create a new one. So login is equal to, I'll ask the user, all right? So input give me the login. If I do that, yeah, you'll get that right. So I can print it now, print login. So now what will happen is that, first of all, it will ask me for login ID. I'll say Kenas, and it will just print Kenas. And the next time I run it, so imagine this was an application. All right, I opened it and I given my login ID, and it printed my login ID, and I closed it. And again, if I open it, again if I run it, then again it's asking me for the login ID. I can't save it. So even if I save it in login, this is the variable, right? So even if I save it there, automatically when I close it and when I run it the next time, it will automatically go, right? It won't stay there because it's a variable. It varies, it changes every time. So then how will you do save things like login IDs? Can anyone tell? Can anyone guess at least?
Brother, can you repeat it again?
Yeah, so I want to save this login ID, right? So how do you think I can save this login ID? Because variable is not working.
Like a login folder.
I wasn't able to hear you.
Like a folder, like login.
Folder, okay. So I have to create a folder named login. All right. So I will create a folder here in my file explorer. If I create a folder or a file, then how will I save it to that file? How will I access that file? That is what team we are going to study today. How can we access files? How can we write anything, any subject in the files? How can we read it? That is what we are going to learn today. A quick one, all right? File handling. So imagine I have this is my folder. I mean, Visual Studio Code folder. As you can see, all the files are here, extras, file account, file handler, as you can see. So over here. So I have this folder. So imagine you don't have to imagine, I'll just create a new text file. So for this text file, I'll give the name example. All right. So I'll just open this example file. It'll open the notepad. Yeah. So I'll just type hello world. This is Eunice, and this file is for an example. So I have typed 3 lines here. Let me save it. And yeah, so there is this, as you can see, there is this file called example. So how do I open this file? So for that, you go to your Visual Studio Code, and it must be in the same folder, all right? This is the same folder I am opening here. So if you see over here, this file has been automatically appeared here too. So example.txt. If I open this, everything that I typed there has appeared here also. So now how do I open this inside this Python folder? So for that, we use something called open. I mean, obviously, for something to open a file, we just use open. But I'll elaborate how we can use it further. All right. So we open a parenthesis, and inside parenthesis, if you just give me a second, just a second. Yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, we use the open function here. Inside the open function, firstly, I'll give the name of the file here. What is the name of the file here that I want to open?
Example.txt.
Example.
Exactly, yeah, example.txt. And not only that, we have to add something else, all right? So I just put a comma here, and there is some important thing here. So what will I write after the comma? So here what you'll write is that what type of accessing do you need? So do you want to read the file? Do you want to write inside the file? Do you want to append inside the file? So how you have to specify that to Python. All right. You have to say you open this file called example.txt, and what do you do with that? You'll say, let me say read. So I want you to read that. So but I won't write completely. I won't write read. I'll just write R. So for write, what will I type here for writing?
W.
W, exactly. For append,
A.
yeah, it's very simple, right? So I hope you get the point. So you just have to specify to Python what you're going to do with that file. So for now, we are going to read the file. All right. So now it open the file, and it is going to read it. All right. So let me put this file into a variable. So let me say file. So now it will open the file and put it into this variable called file. All right. So now what will I do with that? So I will type the content of. All right, instead of that, I'll just print it directly. All right. So I want to print file dot read. So it opened this file, and I saved it in a variable. And what will you do with that? You're going to read it. So after you read it, it's going to print it completely. So let me run it. And what is the problem here? File example. It seems to give an error, and I don't think there is supposed to be an error. Okay, my bad. I have to give the parenthesis here. So read was an attribute, all right? So you have to give the parenthesis. My bad. Yeah. To do that, as you can see, all three lines have been printed here. Hello world, this is Kenneth. This file is for an example. So that is a basic way of how we can open the file, how we can read it. So once again, you open the file by using the open function. Then you specify the name of the file, and then you say what is the what you want to do with that file, and then what you do is that you read that file. All right. So now I can write it. I can write in it. All right. Why can't I write in it? Because the opening method was only read, so you can't uh, write anything there. You can only read. All right. So any doubts here?
Brother.
Okay. Yeah. No doubts, right? For everyone else.
No doubts.
No doubts.
No.
Okay. Well, since you have no doubts, let me ask something. What happens if the file is not there?
It shows here.
It
It
shows that.
doesn't shows anything. It doesn't show anything.
Okay, it will be empty. Service says it will be empty. Manvit says it will show an error. Any other any other guesses?
It does not show anything.
It does not show anything. All right. So we'll see. So two of you says it will not show anything. One of you says it will show an error. So we'll see. You all said you don't have any doubts, right? I'll just delete this file, example. And right now there is no file here called example.txt. All right. So let me try running it. Yes, it will show an error. All right. As you can see here, file not found error. So yeah, everybody gives claps to Manvit. Yeah, okay, good job, Manvit. So yeah, as you can see, it is showing an error here. All right. Why is it showing an error? Because it is trying to read, but there's nothing to read. All right. So that is mostly it for the read things. All right. So I'll have to once again create something. But before that, we went through read. Next thing is that we'll go to write. So as Unnati said, for write, we will use W. It's the first letter of write. So now I can write anything in this file. So let's say file dot write. Let's say hello. All right. Now if I run it, yeah, it just ran it. And now I have, if you open this file, as you can see, it's there, hello. It has written the word hello inside this Python. I mean, inside this file. Python has written this. All right. So now what will happen if I delete this? If there is no file. Now can anyone guess? What do you think will happen if I delete this file and there is nothing here? No file, but I write something in it. What will happen?
It
Will
will
not
be
print.
empty. It will be empty.
It will be empty.
Yeah, print anything.
Like it can't be empty because it has to write something, right? So there is no file called example.txt. So what will happen?
It will create a new file.
We'll create a new file, okay? Any other answers? No other answers? Okay, yeah. So as you can see, there is no example file here. If I run it, here it did run. I'll try it again. Yeah, it did run. So yeah, now we'll run, and as you can see, it automatically created a file called example.txt. So when you write something, right? So even if there is no file, it will just create a new file. All right. So yeah, good job, Savi. Claps for her. Yeah. So if I go back to the file manager, as you can see, there is example.txt. If I open it, yeah, we have hello there. So now you learn to write something inside a file. So any doubts? Any doubts till now?
Brother.
No. Okay. So once again, since everybody has no doubts, I'll ask another question. So I have this example.txt. So there's hello and my yeah. So I have this inside let's say inside this file called example.txt. So what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to uh I'm going to write this is a testing file. So now I'm going to write inside that file. So what will happen now?
Like this line will be printed in the file.
This line will be put here in this file.
What
Okay,
you
so
have written will also be shown, and what you wrote now will also be shown.
in the next line it will be shown. Okay. Any other answers? Okay, we have no other answers, so we'll see what will happen. I ran it, and now if I go back to this file, uh, yeah, as you can see, this is a testing file. Where are the previous lines that I written? So once again, as you can see, this is a testing file. It's written like this. So I'll just close it. And now I write something else. Hello. So now I run it. And here, if I open this, I get only hello. So if you understood what is happening here, basically the write function, right? This one is just overwriting everything. So whatever is there in the file, it will clear everything and then write from the beginning. All right. So that is how write works. And if you don't want to clear everything, for that we will use append. So if I write this, so now if I run it, inside that file it is already there, hello. Now if I run it, as you can see, it didn't clear anything. It just printed in the end of it. Okay. So once again, recap. We open a file with open things. Wait, one more thing I have to forgot to tell you. After every code, wherever you open it, you have to close that file. It is a must, all right? File dot close. Close. Why? Because if you don't close the files, then it will become very slow. As you can see, before when I opened that notepad, right, it showed an error, right? So in the same way, it will show, and it might cause some other errors if it's a bigger code. So keep in mind that we have to always close the file when you open it. All right. So once again, recap: you use open function to open it. First, you give the file name. Second, you give the opening type. Then you can do anything with the file, and then you have to close it. All right. So reading, it will only read the file. If the file is not there, it won't. It will show an error. So for writing, even if the file is not there, it will create a new file, and whatever is there in the file, it will remove it, and then it will write again. And append file, it will only append at the last. It won't remove anything which is already there in the file. It will only append what is there in it. So that is the basics for file handling. There is another way for opening the file, but for now we understood how to open a file. So a small task for you. It's not a must. It's not a assignment or anything. You can try it out. Try to create a login registry. All right. How do you do that? So I just type login ID. Login ID is equal to I ask for input and then password. Again, I ask for input, and then what I do is that I will create a new file. Let's say open, and I'll create a new file. Uh, I have to use the right, let's say the login details file, and then I have to open it in right, and then we have to write everything that is here. That is file, or I have to write the login ID, and you have to after that you have to write password. So I want everyone to do this, and after doing that, again you have to ask for login. Uh, i- if you are okay, then till here it is okay then. You have to write the login ID and the password inside a file. All right. If you want to take it a step further, you can ask for login again. And if the password is correct, then you can say user, you can take the password from the file. You can read the file. And if the password is correct, then you can say signed in successfully. Else you can say it is not signed in. You can try this out, all right? It is for you to try. I just gave you an idea. All right. So for now, that is enough for file handling. Yeah. So that is actually it for Python programming. I mean Python tool-based learning. So from now onwards, this is the end of learning. From next class onwards, we'll be creating something. So we are going to focus on team-oriented learning. All right. Team or project-based learning. Let me just stop sharing. Yeah. So we'll create team projects, and that will be our main focus from now on because most of you know the basics, maybe well above basics in Python. So we are going to work together and create a team project, and we'll be keeping on creating new projects. It is not for any workshops or anything. Yeah, we can display it in the workshops in the end, but for now we just keep creating new uh, projects. All right. So team project is really important. So teamwork is also important in that. So right now, if you have any doubts, you can ask that to me right now. If you don't have any doubt, then you can react with a no.
Brother,
Yes, Truti?
can we install that Visual Studio app in phone also?
No, you can't do that in phone. So if you are using a phone now, you can do it with Colab. You can try it out with Colab for now. Later, when you have the laptop, then you can use the VS Code. Is that okay?
Okay, brother.
Yeah. Uh, Anything else? No one has doubts, right? Okay. So if no one has doubts, then we'll finish this class. So next class we'll be having project ideation. So we'll think about ideas for project. I'll say it in the group also because some of you haven't attended it. So most likely, I don't think we'll do it in next week. If many of you have exams, you can just put a message in the group. Then I will try to postpone it to the next week. I mean, the week after that. So because team project is important, we need everyone, right? So if you have exams, then it will be difficult. So you can just send a message in. So the next class will be on based on project idea. Okay. So that's it for today's class. If there's anything you can tell right now, or else we'll end the class.